Good day, everyone. Let's start with a simple but powerful truth. You are your most valuable resource. Not your money, not your job, not even your connections. It's you, your mindset, your skills, your health, your habits, because everything in your life flows from one place: who you are becoming. What does it mean to invest in yourself? Most people think of investment only in financial terms: stocks, real estate, savings. But the highest return investment you'll ever make is in your growth. To invest in yourself means building your skills, expanding your knowledge, strengthening your health, mastering your emotions, feeding your mindset daily, and saying yes to the long-term version of you. Because when you grow, everything around you grows. Why people avoid this investment? Here's the truth: it's not always easy. Many people avoid investing in themselves because they want quick results. They think it's selfish. They don't believe they're worth it. They're afraid it won't pay off, or they keep putting themselves last. But let me tell you, you're not a cost, you're a multiplier. When you grow, you make everything else in your life better: your relationships, your finances, your health, your confidence, your future. Real life example: think about someone like Oprah Winfrey. She came from humble beginnings. No money, no advantages. But what did she do? She read, she studied, she worked on her communication. She healed, she learned, she grew. Her best investment wasn't a business. It was becoming her best self, and that created everything else. Start where you are. You don't need to take a $10,000 course to grow. You don't need to read 100 books a year. You just need to start, right now, with what you can do. Read 10 pages a day. Watch something educational instead of mindless. Practice your skill for 15 minutes daily. Get enough sleep and drink more water. Spend time with people who lift you higher. Say no to things that drain your energy. These are all powerful forms of investment, and they all compound over time. Quick challenge. Ask yourself, what's one area of your life that would improve if you improved? What's one small investment, time, money, focus, you can make in yourself this week? Then do it. No hesitation, no waiting. Skills pay off long after motivation fades. Let's talk about something that truly changes your future. Not overnight, but permanently. Skills. Motivation is powerful. It can push you to start. But motivation doesn't last forever. What lasts, what builds real confidence, income, and opportunities, are the skills you develop along the way. The more valuable you become, the more value you attract. Why skills are a better investment than hype. Anyone can feel inspired for a day. But what do you have after the feeling fades? If you've built skills, you don't need to feel like it. You know you can do it. A speaker who trains daily doesn't need to be in the mood to deliver. A designer who builds projects every week doesn't panic at deadlines. A coder, a writer, a marketer, a leader. When they invest in their skill set, their results become predictable. Skills create freedom. The more skills you master, the more freedom you gain. Financial freedom, because you can earn more. Time freedom, because you can work smarter. Emotional freedom, because confidence replaces self-doubt. Life freedom, because you can adapt to change. No one can take your skills away. They are your most secure, high-return investment. What skills should you focus on? Here are 5 high-value skills that transform lives. No matter what you do: communication. Speak and write clearly, and doors will open. Emotional control. Stay calm under pressure, and you win in any room. Time management. Learn how to control your day, or it will control you. Problem solving. Become the person who finds solutions, not excuses. Learning how to learn. If you can learn anything quickly, nothing can stop you. You don't need to master everything overnight. Start with one skill and give it 15 minutes a day. That's how pros are made. What I had to learn. I used to chase motivation, podcasts, quotes, energy boosts. But when the buzz faded, so did my effort. Everything changed when I started building skills. I committed to learning something every single day. I practiced even when I didn't feel like it. I measured growth, not hype. Now, even on my off days, I can still deliver. Why? Because the skill is already there. Quick challenge. Ask yourself, what's one skill that would raise the quality of my life right now? What's one small way I can practice it daily? Then start today. No waiting. No excuses. Because skills reward the consistent, not the lucky. Upgrade your mindset. Upgrade your life. So far, we've talked about investing in your growth and your skills. But today, we focus on something even more powerful, something that influences every choice you make, your mindset. Because here's the truth. You can have all the talent in the world. You can have access to the best books, the best mentors, the best tools. But if your mind is full of self-doubt, fear, or excuses, you'll stay stuck. What is mindset, really? Mindset is not just thinking positive. It's the lens through which you see yourself, your life, and what's possible. It's the internal story you believe. I can figure this out versus I'm not good enough. This is a challenge I'll grow from versus this always happens to me. I have time to improve versus it's too late for me. Your mindset becomes your map, and if the map is broken, you'll keep getting lost. Why investing in your mindset? Pays off. You stop quitting early because you believe growth is possible. You recover faster from setbacks because failure becomes feedback. You attract better people because confidence is magnetic. You stop sabotaging your own success because your self-worth rises, protecting your energy and environment. Let's talk about something just as important as skills and mindset. Something that either fuels your growth or slowly drains it. Your energy and environment. You can read all the right books, listen to every motivational speaker, have the perfect plan. But if you're constantly surrounded by negativity, noise, and people who pull you backward, your growth will feel like a daily battle. Your energy is your fuel. You only get a limited amount of energy each day, and how you use it, or who drains it, matters. Ask yourself, do I feel energized or exhausted after spending time with certain people? Do I allow toxic voices, online or offline, to live rent-free in my head? Do I give away my energy to things that don't align with my goals? Protecting your energy is part of investing in yourself. If you're always running on empty, you won't get very far. No matter how skilled or motivated you are, your environment shapes your identity. Look around. Your room, your desk, your phone, your friends, your daily inputs. Are they helping you grow or holding you back? You can't plant a strong seed in toxic soil, and you can't become your best self in a space that constantly reflects your worst habits. That's why high achievers build intentional environments, clean spaces, positive conversations, uplifting content, encouraging communities. These aren't luxuries, they're essentials for growth. What I had to change. I used to stay in circles that didn't challenge me. I followed people who only posted drama and distractions. I worked in cluttered, chaotic spaces that fed my stress. Then I changed my environment on purpose. I simplified my space. I chose who I followed. I surrounded myself with people who stretched me, and I said no more often so I could say yes to myself. And guess what? I didn't just feel better, I started doing better. Ways to invest in your energy and environment. Declutter one space. Make your workspace clean and focused. Take breaks from toxic input. social media, news, or gossip. Connect with growth-minded people. Online or in-person, sleep more, stress less. Protect your health like it's wealth, because it is. Say no without guilt. You don't owe your energy to everyone. Quick challenge. Ask yourself, who or what drains me the most? What's one small boundary I can set today to protect my peace? Then do it. Start small, but start, because nothing grows in chaos, and your potential deserves better than burnout. Take full ownership of your growth. We've talked about building skills, shaping your mindset, protecting your energy, and creating environments that support success. Now it's time for the final, and perhaps most powerful step in investing in yourself, taking full responsibility for your growth. Because here's the truth, nobody's coming to do it for you, not your parents, not your boss, not your friends, not luck. If you want change, it starts with you. Why ownership changes everything. When you take ownership, you stop blaming your past, waiting for permission, making excuses, hoping someone else will give you a shortcut. And you start showing up, learning constantly, making progress, not just plans. Becoming the person your goals require. You realize, I may not be able to control everything, but I control how I respond, how I grow, and how I move forward. No one will care about your life more than you. You can't outsource your growth. You can't delegate your future. This is your life, your dream, your responsibility. That's not pressure, it's power. Because when you own it, you stop waiting and start building. What ownership looks like? Daily. You show up when it's hard. You learn from failure instead of quitting. You seek solutions, not sympathy. You make decisions that align with your future, not just your feelings. You ask, what can I do next? Not, why is this happening to me? Ownership is not about being perfect. It's about being present, active, and committed. What shifted for me? There was a time when I blamed everything. Lack of time, lack of support, bad timing. Life is unfair. But once I decided, this is my responsibility, I felt more powerful. Even in hard moments, I wasn't waiting for anyone. I was becoming someone. That shift changed everything. Quick challenge. Ask yourself today, what area of my life have I been blaming others or making excuses? What's one small action I can take to start owning that area? Then take the step. Today, not tomorrow. That's how ownership grows, one choice at a time. Consistency is the compound interest of self-growth. Let's wrap this series with one of the most powerful truths about investing in yourself. Success doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do consistently. You can read one great book, take one amazing course, have one breakthrough idea. But if you don't follow through, if you don't show up again and again, it won't last. The real magic is in repetition. Consistency may not be exciting. It's not flashy. It doesn't make headlines. But it builds real strength. It builds character. It builds momentum. Just like money grows through compound interest. Your self-worth, skills, and success grow through repeated effort over time. Consistency builds identity. Every time you show up, even in a small way, you cast a vote for the person you're becoming. Go to the gym. You're an athlete in progress. Write for 15 minutes. You're becoming a writer. Save a little money. You're becoming financially disciplined. Meditate daily. You're becoming mentally stronger. You don't need perfection. You just need to keep showing up. Why most people quit? Too soon. Let's be honest, growth is slow. And because it's slow, many give up early. They don't see instant results, so they assume it's not working. But guess what? The roots always grow before the fruit shows. Consistency is hard in the beginning, but it's what makes everything easier later. What helped me stay consistent? I stopped relying on motivation. I built systems, not just goals. I made growth part of my identity, not just my calendar. I scheduled time for learning. I tracked progress with small wins. I forgave myself for bad days, but never stopped starting again. And with time, the small steps became big change. Quick challenge. Ask yourself, what's one habit I've been starting and stopping? What's the smallest version of that habit I can do daily? Now, do that version every day for the next 7 days. Doesn't have to be perfect, just keep going. Quick challenge. Ask yourself, what's one habit I've been starting and stopping? What's the smallest version of that habit I can do daily? Now do that version every day for the next 7 days. Doesn't have to be perfect, just keep going. Final thought for this section. Anyone can start, few keep going, but the ones who keep going become unstoppable. When you invest in yourself consistently, and you don't just grow, you transform. And that transformation changes everything. Your life, your confidence, your future. At the end of the day, everything you want, more success, better health, stronger relationships, a deeper confidence, starts with you, not in the outside world, not in luck, not in waiting, but in your daily choices to learn, grow, and rise. You are the foundation of your future. When you invest in your skills, you become valuable. When you invest in your mindset, you become powerful. When you invest in your habits, you become unstoppable. The world rewards those who don't just wish for change, but work on themselves to create it. So believe this deeply. The greatest return you'll ever get in life comes from the time, energy, and effort you pour into becoming your best self. Because you are worth it, and you always will be.